Mr. Chairman, Ranking Member Fortenberry, and members of the subcommittee, I really appreciate the opportunity to come and talk to you today and testify on this very important topic. I am General Manager of Blue Ridge Biofuels located in Asheville, North Carolina, and I'm also here speaking on behalf of the National Biodiesel Board, the trade association for the U.S. biodiesel industry. Just to give you a little bit of background, Blue Ridge Biofuels started in 2004, building our plant in Asheville. 2 years later, we actually began supplying biodiesel to the first publicly available biodiesel station in that part of the state, actually one of the first in the southeast, and started continuing construction of the plant beyond that. A big component of our operation has been education. We've tried to educate the public about the importance of alternative fuels and biodiesel in particular. And in many ways, Blue Ridge Biofuels, I think, was ahead of our time, because while we're now here today in 2008 talking about second-generation biofuels, that really for us was our beginning. We were somewhat non-traditional in our approach. We really focused on recycled waste vegetable oils as our base feedstock from the very beginning, and have been growing that ever since. And every drop of fuel that we have produced has come from recycled waste vegetable oils. And we're currently involved in research and development to actually expand that feedstock base. This fuel has been used by countless residents of Western North Carolina for personal vehicles, for construction fleets. The Asheville Regional Airport uses our fuel. A number of municipalities, including the city of Asheville, the city of Hendersonville, city of Black Mountain, throughout Western North Carolina use our fuel, and we've been expanding in addition to universities. And we're one of the pioneers in developing what's called bioheat, or home heating oil, that has a biodiesel component. Again, all with fuel that's made from recycled waste vegetable oils that are one of the most sustainable fuel sources and feedstock sources available. So in many ways, our business model has been, we were founded and based our ideas with a strong environmental ethic, but quite frankly, the economics is coming full circle now, and that's why we're starting to see many others in the industry looking at these recycled oils as a potential feedstock. Taking what was once considered a waste product and actually turning that into a very effective fuel, a very clean burning, high quality fuel that meets all ASTM specifications. I would like to applaud the leadership, both with the chairman and others in the House, for your leadership in expanding the use of domestic renewable fuels, and in particular with HR 6049, the Renewable Energy and Jobs Creation Act, that was passed by the House prior to Memorial Day, has a few critical provisions for our business in particular, and for the national biodiesel industry. Most importantly is the extension of the biodiesel tax incentive for another year. That's a critical element, as we have to spend a great deal of resources in research and development. That's an element that's actually allowed us to remain viable. And without that, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you today had that tax incentive not been enacted in the first place. And also, very important part of that legislation is increasing the tax incentive to make it equal among all feedstocks, because as you know, until now, and including now, for the fuel that we make, we receive 50% of the tax incentive that producers that use virgin feedstocks receive. And it's somewhat, in terms, when we talk about sustainability and promoting sustainable feedstocks and sustainable fuel, and promoting energy security, that's absolutely critical for the long-term growth of the industry. I'd also like to express our pleasure with the expanded renewable fuel standards that was included in the Renewable Energy and Job Creation Act enacted last December. That's going to create a much broader base of production for biodiesel and help make this a more important component of our expanded renewable energy development here in the U.S. Increased biodiesel production is very important for the environment. It's good for consumers, and it's good for our country as a whole. We're working in partnership right now with the University of North Carolina to develop actually new innovative approaches to be able to expand these recycled feedstocks to use very low quality oils that have historically not been used in biodiesel production, and that will that type of research and development is going to be actually promoted and enhanced by the renewable fuel standard that was enacted. So again, I'd like to thank you for this opportunity to come here and speak to you. Research into these new feedstocks, into these second-generation biofuels over the next 4 to 5 years will be critical for the long-term success of the biodiesel industry in this country, and we look forward to working with you. And thank you, Mr. Chairman, for the opportunity to come.